Hi, my name is Rich Smith, Boise, Idaho, with Juice International, and just wanted to share a brief testimony about my history of why juice. Originally, about 2 years ago, my wife actually got us involved. I had no desire, no willingness, didn't want anything to do with the business, didn't want anything to do with the product, didn't really care about it at all, so she got us signed up. A few months later, it passes after consuming it, taking it, using it. My mom came to me, and she'd been using the product for a few months also, and told me that she no longer had hot flashes. That was the key thing that I noticed in my life that made me question what juice really was, and started the whole process of where we are today. So I went and spent hours and days doing research and Google on every item in the product, about the people who founded the product, about the backers of the product, because I had to prove to myself that what it was in fact the best on the market, and that it really was the real thing. So after studying, really going through all the different things, I learned what is a free radical and what is an antioxidant. And after doing studies on that, I had 15 to 20 pages of definitions of what a free radical was and what an antioxidant was. And there were countless words that I could spend all day trying to figure out how to even pronounce, let alone understand. And so a couple months after I got kind of excited about it, my upline, Jake Hines, said a story about how if you cut an apple in half and if you put lemon on one side of the apple, that it'll actually preserve the apple to where it won't go brown, whereas the other side that's not covered in the lemon juice will go brown. And I've heard that before from usually my mom or different people like that. I thought it was a lie. So I actually went home that night and cut an apple in half and put lemon juice on it and left the other side bare and left it out all night. The next day I looked at the apples and it blew me away. That was the first time I fully understood what a free radical was and what an antioxidant was, and what, with all the antioxidants that's in juice, what it can do for me. Regardless of how healthy I was, regardless of what I ate, regardless of how well I took care of myself, I couldn't prevent what free radicals were doing every day on my body. And so from now on, when I share the product with people, I get a lot of people that ask, well, what's a free radical, what is an antioxidant? What I do now is I simply take an apple, I go down and buy apples, and I'll get a lemon, and then I'll cut it in half that morning or that afternoon before I meet with folks to share about it. I'll put lemon juice on the one side, and I'll put nothing on the other side. And within a couple of short hours, you can see how the apple in my right hand is actually starting to turn brown. And what I simply tell people is that the lemon acts as an antioxidant. So it actually prevents the apple from rotting, from decaying, from just the air. Nothing else. I didn't feed it a Big Mac. I didn't run it through, a cigarette or something. I just left it. It's just sitting here. And it's still not rotting or decomposing like this one does, simply from the air. And when I show this to people, it's so simple to grasp. Anyone that sees this can understand that. And it's just a simple process and a simple little $1.33 to spend to show someone what they're doing and what's happening to their body every day without juice.